Hello friends, this is Ganesh. Hope you are doing wonderful. In this video, we are going to learn about unmanaged scenario design. So we know about managed scenario and wrap. So unmanaged is pretty simple. As we mentioned, it's manual versus wizard. Whenever you take the model pool programming, you have the both concepts are available. If you want to design manually the tab strip, yes, possible. So you have to design every each tab and what is inside each tab. And if it is a wizard, that will guide you through the wizard pop-up window. So everything will just taken care by the system. So same thing over here as managed and unmanaged. So here mostly we have the core operation. So that is going to be taken care by the system if you choose manage scenario. If not, you have to write your own code. So this is a basic design. So that's what we are going to see on today's session. And here everything because we need to write a code, right? So everything is in class and methods level. So every operation you have a independent method to be generated. At least the definition and empty implementation has to be generated by the system. So you have to write a code over there. Simple. Okay. So every operation, create has its own method, update has its own method, and delete also has its own method. Along with that, we can have a custom methods as well. So today we're going to see the very basic design of unmanaged scenario. Let's get into the slides first. Okay, so I just actually copied the managed scenario slides, so everything is similar, like the same thing. So these are the ones like you have to create the interface ADS views, and then on top you need to create a consumption view, and metadata helps to generate the list as well as the first page, object page, yeah, list and object page. And then on top of it, you have to create the service definition and service implementation. And then here everything is unmanaged, so we have to write the own code for it. And on top of it, you have to create consumption behavior definitions or interface behavior definition. Okay, and a few things have been changed because of the implementation type. And here I'm just creating a behavioral definition on top of my interface CDS view. So on an implementation type, we have to choose is unmanaged. So once you select, so if you see the difference, the basic or the default code level, normally you have a table name over here and whatever the table or it's used in the CDS view, right? But that is missing here because they're not going to do anything with the table, means they're not going to write any code for the table updation. So that line is missing here. And this is for the behavioral definition of your interface CDS view. And once it is done, once you completed the behavioral definition of interface view, we have to implement this class because this is the place where all our code, especially for the unmanaged scenario, is going to be happening. Okay, so you have to just right click, or there is an option over here. I'll show you in the system. And if you click, it will ask you, do you want to create the class name? Okay, whatever the class name over there. Just click it. It will create a class for you. Okay, so the class looks like, and if you open it in your Eclipse, it looks like this. So a class name definition and class name implementation. Okay, so now you are not able to find any method on it because I already mentioned it's called a local implementation. Inside this class, you have one more arrow. This is my HANA Studio. So the one more arrow that helps you to go to the local implementation, local definition and implementation. It's look like another local class has been created under this, and that class has your all the methods. Okay, so it's look like this. So you can see this is the class which is mentioned in the behavioral definition, and under that it creates another class we call local definition. It creates one more class, and this is the cursor is in the create method. Okay, so this is one more class, and inside this class implementation you are able to see create, update, delete. You can see some or listed method also, all are empty implementation. So implementation itself is done. So you have to go and write a code for create, update, delete based on your business scenario. And little easier to just help out if, because few people still using the GUI is more comfortable. So that's what I showed, the same thing in GUI as well. So go to AC24 and give the same class name, whatever is mentioned in your behavior definition. Give the same name here, and you're not able to find anything in this tab, any of the tabs. Methods empty, interface empty, events empty, everything is empty. Okay, then you have an option called a button called local definition and implementation. Probably sometimes you have it is listed in the more option. So if you select this local definition and implementation, that will take you to the local definition, means another screen, and local definition place where it how it's got defined and how it got implemented. Okay, then here you can have a breakpoint. You cannot edit. Okay, again, because this is developed in Eclipse or HANA Studio, in GUI we don't have an access to edit this portion, okay, this class or this local class implementation part. So again, you have to go to an Eclipse or HANA Studio to write the code. At least you can have a breakpoint, I can see, because sometimes, not sometimes, to understand better, we need to know what is the signature, because create is fine, but it needs to be take the value from your UI part, right? Then only you can write the code. So I need to understand how the signature, how the data is it's formed. I'm very comfortable with the GUI debugging session, so I want to know that. So in that case, go to AC24, have a breakpoint, and you can execute it from your UI as well. Okay. If you're comfortable with Eclipse, you can do the same in Eclipse itself. And yeah, not able to change, and we have to see what are the signatures are available for create, update, and delete. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Let's get into the system. So this is my system, and few things I have already created is nothing but interface view, consumption view, and metadata. Okay, so pretty simple code. I have a table which has production order, operations, actual quantity, and confirmed quantity. So I'm going to use this table for my code operations, okay, with unmanaged scenarios. So this is my interface view and consumption view, and on top of my interface view, and the metadata on top of my consumption view. Okay, so here I just made it the fields to be displayed in both object as well as the list page, and I'm keeping all the 4 fields in both the pages. Okay, so these are pretty simple. I'm going to anyway upload the same code in the drive. You can use it for your reference. So now what I had to do was we have to create a behavior definition on top of interface as well as the consumption view. So once you create a behavior definition in the interface view, it automatically assign a class name, and inside the class, once you create the class, it automatically create a local definition of another class, and it has the all the methods definition as well as the empty implementation. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. So now I have my interface view I underscore due data. So on top of it, I'm going to create a behavioral definition. So here we normally do have an implementation type, what actually you need, and now we are going to create an unmanaged one. So click next, finish. So it creates with the default code. Start with unmanaged implementation. In a class, there is a class name, it is not yet created. And if you noticed between managed and unmanaged default code, there is a line added here with a table name, right? Whatever table on top of the interface, whatever table we used, or normally you have the table name. Currently, that is not required because here we have to write our own code in the specific methods. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is let it be save and active order. Then I'm going to create the class. So this is the class, right? So it's done, and you can create. You don't go to AC24 or source code library to create it. Instead, just click it. Here it gives an option to create the class for you. Just double click, create behavioral implementation. So these are pretty simple. It just take the package, the same name, and click next and finish. So as I mentioned, there are 2 layers in the class. One is the actual class what we created. The next one is the local definition or implementation. Whatever you are seeing here is a local definition or implementation, and this is a class which we created. So here create, it doesn't have anything, and there is an option. You can see there are two local definitions and implementation happen here. One is HC and one is LSC. So first we're going to look at the first one where we have our own methods are available. So whatever it suppose the code operation. So create, update, delete. Along with that, you have other methods also. All are empty implementation. You have a definition as well as the implementation. So now if you want to create, if you go write a code, just go to this create method and start writing whatever you want. Okay, same thing for update and delete as well. We can add our own methods also. We'll see quite later. Okay, so let me activate this. The same class, the top one, okay, the same class can be viewed in SE24 also. Let me show you that. Display. So here you are not able to see anything inside your class. So you don't have method, you don't have event, attribute, everything is empty. And there is an option called local definition and implementation. It's a button. Sometimes it might be under the more option as well. Okay, so just click it. This will take you to the local definition and implementation. This is just an information window. You can avoid this by selecting this checkbox. Okay, so here you have a definition and you have an implementation also. So suppose we are comfortable with GUI, I want to see the signature of the method having a breakpoint, then you can have a breakpoint here, and you can execute from UI. Automatically it comes and stops here. One restriction here is you cannot edit this one because this is developed using Eclipse or HANA Studio, so that needs to be done over there only. You cannot edit anything in the SAP GUI level. Okay, so that is a restriction, just a view part only. So if you want to add a code, go to Eclipse or HANA Studio, just add it, and it's kind of a refresh, go back and come in. You can able to see the particular lines, have a breakpoint, and just see what are the signatures over there. Okay. So we are done with behavior definition for interface view. We have to make it one more for consumption view. So that is in the projection type. So right click, new behavior definition. So that is a projection. So there is no change in that. Next, finish. And make sure you activate both. So the next we have to create the final steps like service definitions and service binding. So let me create a service definition on top of my consumption view. Right click, new service definition. So CGI service definition for due data. Service definition for due data. Next, next or just finish. So it exposed my consumption view over here, back toward it, and finally have a service binding. And currently my create, update, delete, whatever the custom code, custom method doesn't have any data, let it be. So let's run through the output and we'll go and do some changes. Before that, we have to make sure about the signatures. So we'll do that also. Which signature is getting data for create, delete, or update functions or methods. So then we'll get some clarification how to write a code, how to get the data from that data medium and write the code and update the backend system. Activate. Once you activate, after publish, you will get your entity name here. Yeah, this is mine. And review. Okay, so these are the value bits from my metadata extension file. So these are the data from the table. It's bullet, and if you go to the next page, it shows what are the informations available. If you want, you can edit. But currently, what happened is we don't have any code over there. But still, you can click save. You get a kind of a success message saying that you have not made any changes. Oh, sorry. Let's have 10. Okay, and it's saved, but once you go back, actually it is not saved, because once you save it automatically, you can see the difference here. It's 10 should be added here, but it is not. Okay, that's fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have just a breakpoint in all the methods: create, update, and delete, and then we'll see what are the signature. It's carrying the values over there. Okay, so for that I need to go to HANA Studio, and my class is here, and I have to go to the local definition and implementation, that is coming under LHC local class, and this is my create. So let me have a breakpoint. Currently editing over there. Okay, let me close this. Come out of it. Point, and I'm not going to have a toggle breakpoint here because I want to see the signatures in my GUI level. So just have a breakpoints, activate it. So once you activate, go to GUI, AC24, display, local definition and implementations. Yep. It shows the code whatever we have added through Eclipse or HANA Studio. So let me have an external breakpoint in all three because I want to see the signatures. Okay, so now I'm going to have a create 91002, some values, production order number, int is 112 and probably 6. I'm going to click create. Then it automatically stops in the breakpoint because we had it in our GUI. So now I'm going to see the signatures. So go to the local, and this is the internal table. It's a form of internal table. Okay, so as a form of internal table, it carries the data for creates functionality or create process. Okay, all the values whatever you have added, it's over there. From there you can take it forward, move it to work area, and update to our backend database table. So whatever you want, you're able to make it. So we'll do the small coding over there as well. Then execute. It actually triggers twice. Object created, but actually no. So go back, you might get this information because nothing there in your creates method. And same thing for delete and edit. Let's see the signatures first. So how it is carrying. But if in delete, okay, yes. What you have to do is, it normally happens in delete and read. It reads only the key values. Okay, it means the signature carries only the key values. So if you really require to add something, like then you have to read it, means apart from the key fields, if you want to have other field values also before making any changes, then you have to read it through a select statement. So with the key field, get the data and do data manipulation. But in delete, it is not required, right? So once you have a key field, you can delete directly. So that way you can able to make it in the delete. And delete and read, it normally comes with one, the values are comes only using the key signature parameter. Okay, so I'm in the delete method. So let's see one more for update. Update and create probably same, like it carries all the values, and delete and read, it carries only the key values. So here, go to the next page, edit, and let me change to 13 and save. So here also it shows entities. Let's see. I'm an update method now, local and entities. Yes. Okay. So you have everything and you can just add whatever information is required for you. Okay. And then let's have a small code in the creates. Let's see how it's behaving. Okay. I have already the code, so I don't want to just see the same thing for you. Let me pass it. Okay. Before that, let's go to the place. Yes, here I have to add it. So entity is the internal table which receives the value. So okay, let's do like this. Work area of view data. I can mention here data view data type table name as CGI view data. So I'm doing any validation here so that we can make it a little later with validation method. So here I just pass the value. So before that it's coming as an internal table. So what I'm going to do was data local work area equal to entities, right, of 1. So it writes with some precautions because if it is not, it goes to dump. So those things you have to take care of it. So let's check it. Everything is fine. Then added 3 more fields. Then we'll go. Yeah, all good. So I need operations, actual quantity, and confirm quantity. So that is here as view or NR. And actual quantity and confirm quantity. Okay, so simply I'm going to use insert into CGI view data from work area view data. Okay, so okay, got it, and add toward it. Okay, let's see how it behaves. Okay, so go here on to create. So all 25 series. Let me go with 90001 to 10 item 110. So 12. Create. So okay, still valid. So it automatically carries. Maybe I can have the big one. I can have the. Let's see the values. What is captured in that work area. So whatever entered, it's captured here. So executes. So object created. So go back, and it's updated here. Okay, so it's got created in the table level as well. So same thing, you can able to make it in for the update as well as delete. Once you are delete, same simple statement you can write, and that's updated in your backend system. So this is a way, this is very basic of how to handle or the place where you can start writing the code, especially for the code operations using unmanaged scenario. Okay, so hope this might be helpful, and play around. Any doubt, please let me know. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.